CMCC stands for Custom Made Craft Center. It is a non-profit organization that markets authentic, indigenous, and fairly traded products from the Philippines.
Our products have stories. It's not just taken from a product taken from out of the idea of another person or another tribe, but it really comes from the community.
So we start with what they have and then look at it if it can really be marketed. For instance, if you have hinabol or tinalak, some people would say, what are we going to do with this fabric? So what we do is to come up with products. It can be bags, it can be wallets, it can be notebook covers, but they're using really the authentic fabrics from our partner communities. So what we do is really to work with designers who have the same passion as ours. They just don't make the designs and then give it to the communities. So what they really do and what we do is to go to the communities, talk with our weavers, talk with our master artisans, and come up with a product. So in that sense, it's not just the product of the designers, but it's also the product of the community. And then we combine it with the indigo. So that's the product basically. The scientific name is Indigo tinctoria, which is locally known as malatayum. When you use it as a natural dye, it comes in shades of blue. This can be done in powder form without much benefit of technology. The technology is really very easy. You just harvest it during its flowering stage and then you ferment it. After 48 hours, you aerate it with lime and all, and then just get the sediments, and then after some time, you dry it, and there comes the indigo powder already. Indigo can be used in a lot of different ways. So we can mass produce it, we can plant indigo in several communities, and then be able to sell them or use them in the fabrics that we are producing or our communities are producing.
When you look at products from indigenous tribes, that's actually their culture and the values come in there. So weaving is passed on from generation to generation, even the designs, because they say that the designs came from their God talking to them in their dreams and they just execute that. So now, if the weavers will not earn from the work that they do, they'd rather forget it and do other kinds of work. That's why we really need to preserve that weaving tradition. If weaving can really be a livelihood, then it can be preserved. It can only be a livelihood if people would patronize these products. The first thing that Globe provided us is the internet connection. And that's very important. Even our communities, we do communicate with them through the internet and also through the phones. We have Globe Charge, which is really charging your expenses through your credit card using just the mobile phone. Some of our customers avail of that. Before, we just use basically cash.
So it's not just working with communities, but also doing business and combining that. And I think with CMCC, we have been pretty successful.
I think we really need to keep the traditions alive. We owe it to our forefathers. That's where the Philippines came about. We have our ancestors, and they started the culture. And if we just look at what's out there and not look inside us, where will we be as a nation? Where will we be as a Filipino?